Do you want an accurate natal chart reading to know the true position of the sun, the moon, and each planet at the moment that you were being born? We at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge will create a precise natal chart for you and your loved ones, coupled with snapshot pictures of each planet, the sun, the moon, plus the constellations related to them. In addition to this, we will be giving you a detailed report of the alignment of planets to the constellations and its full meaning, not from an astrological perspective, but from an ancient astronomical perspective. You will have this report for the rest of your life and can share it with your friends and your family. To order your accurate natal chart today, visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com. Bless it.
Bless and love my royal family. Give thanks for your presence with us. Of course, you know we glorify highly Selassie the First in all doings and saying. The Honorable Priest Isaac here with you, welcoming you to the Tiger's Nest. Of course, this is the Radio Anu TV version. And of course, Radio Anu TV is our YouTube channel. But I am definitely inviting you to visit us on Radio Anu Independent Media, the international flavor, the universal spice, this evening, 7 p.m. sharp, for the Tiger's Nest radio program. That's a radio program that comes to you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, once again at the hour of 7 p.m. on Radio Anu. That is the website of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge, priestisaacinstitute.com. And of course, you are free to subscribe to the Tiger's Nest radio program. And of course, you know you will never miss another episode again. Family, wonderful. Today we're going to have a wonderful time. I will be doing some natal chart reading. Now, remember, I said that we will be highlighting individuals who would have emailed us their birthday, their time of birth, the month, the date, etc. And of course, the names you want to be identified with, because after putting your literal birthday and the time you were born, you may not exactly want your name to go out into the public. This is very, very important. I want you to understand that. So we are definitely, going to read some of the requests that we received over basically the last 24 hours. So today we're going to highlight Quami, we're going to highlight Chez, we're going to highlight Jolan, and maybe one or two others. We do have a few people on standby like Angela, etc. But we are going to get to everyone. So family, if you want your free reading, remember it's just like a brief reading right here on the program. And of course, all you have to do is email us your birthday, the month, and of course, the time that you were born, if you have it. If you don't, we will work with you. Not a problem. Now, remember, that is not you officially ordering your ancient astronomical natal chart document. That's a bit different. This is us just taking your birthday and coming live on the air and giving you a few minutes and literally showing you where the sun, the moon, and specific planets were when you were born. But of course, remember our upcoming magazine. The magazine is entitled Kidemi. It is an online, fully digital, fully loaded magazine. This is the newest addition to our arsenal as such, and it will be launched on the 1st of August 2024. Now, the magazine, again, the title or the name of the magazine is Kidemi. You get it. And for sure, it is designed to come to you every 3 months on the solstices and on the equinoxes. So you are going to have to make sure you subscribe for Idemi. So we can just send it to you via the email and you get it in your inbox. Once more, fully loaded. It's going to take you hours, maybe days, from one cover to the other cover. And you may say, but brother, I'm a very fast reader. No, well, are you a fast listener? How fast can you watch? Huh? This is more than a regular magazine. This is innovation. Yeah, for sure. Yes, you'll be able to read the articles, but you'll be able to listen to the articles as well. Some of the interviews, yes, for sure, you'll be able to read the interviews, but we're going to have special interviews that you'll be able to watch the video of the interview. Okay, for sure, we're going to have the documentary of the issue, and we're going to have special movies. Remember, everything on a conscious level. Remember, this is coming out of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge, Afrocentric, and just higher education in general. We're going to have the Children's Corner. Listen, so many things, beautiful ads, and so many things will be inside of this magazine, Kidemi. And yes, it will be officially brought to you on the 1st of August, 2024. Yeah, looking forward to that. So just email me, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, and let me know that you want to subscribe. It's free. The subscription is free, and the magazine is free. Not just the first edition. The magazine is free. Chez, beautiful. Well, that was fast, but as I said, quite beautiful. Hey, make sure you subscribe and get your magazine. You don't want to miss out. Believe me, so many things. But what I'm going to do right now, Royal Family, and this is not the magazine as such, but this is the a copy of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge ancient astronomical natal chart document. And this document specifically belongs to Brother Mike Duong, one of our top scholars here at the Institute, and he would have given me all permission to utilize his document. So just giving you an idea of what you would receive for those of you who will order your personal natal chart reading document itself. So you will literally get the document via the email. You can share it with your friends, your family, whoever, and you'll have it for as long as you want to have it for. It's just up to you. You'll get something similar to this. May not be the exact thing, but it's going to be similar. And of course, you know, we are advancing. So it has a cover page. Of course, it has an introduction where you'll see his birthday and the time he was born. And then, of course, you have the area that highlights where the sun, the moon, and the planetary positions are as it relates to your birth again or your born day. So the sun, you could see we equated with its African term, Ra, and the sun, which is Ra or Aten. We show you the constellation where it was located at the time in Aquarius. We also give you the coordinates, right ascension and declination, which right ascension is similar to longitude, which is 21 hours, 54 minutes, 9.55 seconds. That was the right ascension of the sun when the good brother was born, and the declination is minus 12 degrees, 40 minutes and 6.4 seconds. That's the location of the sun. Then we also give you a snap photo, a snapshot. You see it here of exactly where the sun was at the birth of the brother The moon, as you see, the African equivalent on that level, Kansu, and at the same time, the location, constellation, Sagittarius, and again, the coordinates, right ascension, 18 hours, 3 minutes, 31.23 seconds, declination, minus or negative 26 degrees at 21 minutes and 30.5 seconds. And then you see the snapshot here again of exactly where Sagittarius was when the brother was born, or where the moon was in Sagittarius. And of course, Mercury, Tahuti, we give you the constellation, the snapshot, and we go right through. So this is basically how your document will look, of course, with your information, and of course, with your birthday and time, etc. And then after we go through every planet and its position, we also come to the astronomical interpretation, where the astronomical interpretation basically goes into the meaning behind the stars and the planets that these stars, which is the constellation, is literally housing. So this is a full yet concise document you get, when you literally contact us and order your own ancient astronomical natal chart reading. Now, what I would like to do before we go into the actual reading of a few people, as I said, we have Quami, we have Chez, we have Jolan. We will be doing their natal chart reading today. Not the full natal chart. It'll be like a brief reading, quick reading, but they're going to be able to see where the sun and the moon and other planets were, literally, when they were born. So let me just go through this quickly, and I'm going to do this so that the listeners can have a good understanding of why understanding or comprehending your natal chart reading is so valuable. Because you see, family, some of our brothers and sisters, they are very skeptical about this. Like, where the sun was, and that doesn't have anything to do with my characteristics. That doesn't have anything to do with my behavior. No, be very careful about that, family. Now, first of all, before we go to the depths of that, the great Imhotep. Imhotep was considered to be the multi-genius. The great Imhotep, visor to King Zoja, king of ancient Egypt, Kemet. We're talking about Smitawi, the Nile Valley. And we are speaking of at least 5,000 years ago. Now, Imhotep is considered to be the father of medicine. The who? The father of medicine. He was made the Neter Pata. So now he's the god of medicine. And of course, at the same time, Imhotep is a chief astronomer. He is an ancient astronomer, just like we are at this time practicing astronomy, yeah, with ancient astronomy and the Rastafari theology. So now the great Imhotep, as I said, the father of medicine, 5,000 years ago, you see him conducting the surgical practices such as removing the cataract from the eye. This is very important. So as a physician, the father of medicine, the individual that the doctors would swear to when they take their Hippocratic oath to do no harm. It is Imhotep under the guise of some other name. I think it's Escalacus, something of the sort. Please pardon me if I don't have it fully correct, but I have Imhotep correct. Imhotep is the god of medicine, and of course, the same father and master of astronomy. And this is why he is the master builder. The ancient step pyramid was designed and engineered by Imhotep. Remember, for those who know about the pyramids or the Merkute, Merkut for single and Merkute for plural, they're built to align with the astronomical clock. They're built to align with the movements of the heavens. So there's no way on earth Imhotep could even think about this unless he was a master ancient astronomer. Definitely. Now, I am saying all of this to highlight the importance of the connection between ancient astronomy and even health, astronomy and the herbal practice of medicine. Imhotep, the father of medicine, the chief builder, the vizier, and the astronomer. So this is why now in the Chinese culture, you have the great astronomer Shen Nang. But what was he also well known for? He was the divine farmer. That is why you would see him in his clothing like the herbs, like the trees. He's considered the father of medicine for the Chinese. That's why you always see him chewing on some sort of bush, chewing on some sort of leaf. And in his medica, material medica, he speaks of the same mafaizan, which is the cannabis, the hemp plant, as a key herb for any ailment. He's an astronomer. He deals with the stars. He is a healer and a physician. He deals with the herbs. He deals with the goody. So this is why even in Islam, specifically in the golden age of Islam, where they preserved, and that's a very key word, where they preserved, they didn't invent anything here, where they preserved the ancient art of astronomy. This is why most of the stars in the heavens have Arabic names, because it was the Arabs, the Muslims in that golden age, specifically in Baghdad, that would have cultivated this, in fact, in their preservation of the ancient art. They also preserve the ancient art of medicine. And this is why the Arabs, this is why Islam, especially in that time, has been credited with the innovation of the removal of cataract. But that is not so. When we have proof 5,000 years before Muhammad, you had Imhotep performing the surgery or performing the procedure, we should say, to remove the cataract from the eye. And again, the Islamic world would have preserved it in their golden age. But the point again here is strong. There is an obvious connection between astronomy, the cosmic, the sun, the moon, the stars, and health. There's a connection with the movements of the heavens and the human being. So this is something that we cannot deny. Look at acupuncture. Look at the connection of the organs with the different constellations. That's why they have the 12 meridians. Do you know that that aligns with the constellations? And this is why even certain aspects of the goody or the anatomy, the what you call it, the organs, you know, the kidney, the bladder, the small intestines, etc., liver, whatever have you, are connected to specific constellations, Scorpio and Libra and Sagittarius and Pisces. This is not by chance. This is a real science. This is something that I just proved to you that we would have practiced in the ancient times. So this is why even those of us as conscious people, we should not be quick to try to push away, first of all, ancient astronomy and its connection to us as human beings. It's just natural. So this is why yesterday, previous program, I took the time to explain why we as human beings have a unique connection with the rest of the universe, not just the planets, not just the sun and the moon that we are accustomed to, and the constellations that we see from this angle. No, we are connected with everything. We're connected with each other as well. That's why we have twin flames. That's why we have, what do you call it, soulmates, because we have this interesting connection from a long time. So we highlighted that the human goody, and I'm just going to go through this quickly for those who may have missed it. But you must consider your makeup. You're a living being, not necessarily your spirit now, but the physical aspect of you. You're made up of the same elements and sub-elements as what is around you, as the earth. Do you know you are the earth? You are the universe too. You're made up of stardust. So you're made up of obviously the oxygen and the hydrogen and the nitrogen and the sodium and the sulfur and the chlorine and the magnesium, but so is the planet Earth. The same silicon and the aluminum and the iron and the calcium that is in the earth is still in you. The ratio of the water in the sea is the ratio of your blood, and the salinity of the sea is similar to the salinity of your blood because you're one with the earth. You are the earth. So you're obviously connected to the earth. So you're connected to all the plants on the earth. I'm sure you agree with that. Obviously, good. But again, the other planets now, remember we're all carbon-based here, life itself. Mars is made up of a lot of what the earth is made up of, and so is Venus, and so is, the sun and even the gas giants, but not everything. They're not the same. The constituents are different in some ways, especially ratio and percentage. That's what makes them stand out now. But yet still on Mars, you still will find magnesium and aluminum and iron and silicon, it's there. And Venus, of course, you have the sulfur and the argon and the carbon, it's there. The sun, you don't know hydrogen and helium and neon, but it's there. So this is how you can make connections with these planets and, of course, the plants that they are related to. Like some planets have a lot of sulfur there, a lot of iron. They're known for that. But there are plants like that too, that have a lot of sulfur and they have a lot of iron. And the reaction that these plants would give you, they have a lot of zinc. The reaction that they give you and the health issues that they take care of is similar to the planets that they are coupled with. This is very, very deep, eh? I will show you, like Mars is considered to be this war planet, isn't it? And again, the plants that are connected to Mars, for example, the rose is also connected to Venus too, and the white rose connected to the moon. But anything with thorns has a relationship with Mars. Anything that makes you bleed, the cacti or cactus and the acacia, again, the rose and even the ivy, the poison ivy, anything that would give you the rash is connected to Mars. And even the aloes with its thorns, yet still it's connected to the moon because it's cooling. That's science. Now listen, hold on. When you take your time and you do the deeper science, you see that these different plants have a connection to even the planets in their motion. So in other words, when Venus would rise, you have, for example, the beautiful red hibiscus that is directly connected to Venus. Now, as you notice, the hibiscus opens when the sun comes up and it closes in the evening. But listen to me good. When you sow the hibiscus seed or when you plant or transplant the hibiscus, in relation to Venus. When you harvest or pick the hibiscus in relation to Venus. When you produce the medicine or the juices or whatever you're doing with the hibiscus in relation to Venus. Now listen to this. When you consume the hibiscus in relation to Venus, the potency of all these actions will increase. Now, don't tell me you don't believe that. When we were children, the old people will tell you, don't pick the firewood until it's the full moon. You understand? Don't pick the bamboo unless it's the full moon. Don't pick or harvest the honey unless it's the full moon. Because on the full moon, you get more honey. On the full moon, the bamboo will not develop worms and rot away. On the full moon, listen to this, the firewood will burn longer. It's just a natural science. This is African spirituality. It is not spookism. You see, astrology has spooked out so many of us that we have thrown away the baby with the bathwater. So let me just run through this quickly, because this aspect of our natal chart reading is very important. And as I said, today we're going to do a quick reading for Brother Quami, Chez, Jolan. Depending on the time, we would go into free. That's someone whose name is actually free. They asked to be referred to as free because they didn't want to give their actual name, you know. And again, if you don't want to give your name plus your birthday, I totally understand that. You know, I would even encourage you to, you could put an alias, you know who you are while you're listening. But obviously, when we do the natal chart document, that's your confidential document for sure. So we'll be going into that. All right, let's just run through this quickly. The sun is directly connected to the constellation Leo, which has to do with self-determination, self-confidence, ego, resilience, manifestation, self-love. You get it? Good. It deals with the heart. Then also you have the moon directly connected to Kepra, what they call Cancer, and that has to do with the emotional self, intuition, the moods, and at the same time it deals with the pineal gland and of course the gut. You know, the gut feeling, intuition, very good. Mercury is directly connected to Gemini. Mercury is directly connected to the constellation of Virgo, which has to do with the mind and communication, deals with the nervous plus the respiratory system. And then, of course, Venus is directly connected to Taurus. Venus is directly connected to Libra. And of course, everything here deals with harmony and beauty and love. The kidneys, interesting. That is why in ancient Kemet it says that Ra, Apis, the bull, eats the kidneys of the kings. And as you can see, that is how we know that this is the true science. Because in ancient Kemet, on the hieroglyphs, it says that Taurus eats the kidneys of the kings. And yet still now we see in what you may want to term as astrology, that Taurus is linked with the kidneys, the body organs of the kidneys. You understand? Apis and the balance of Ma'at, and they're both linked with the planet Venus, which is beauty. And Venus plus Taurus are both war elements, not necessarily Ma'at, which is Libra. This is a deep study, family. Just take it from your brother. I would have taken the time to understand this mystic ritual of ancient astronomy. That's why I can bring it back to you in such a way. That's why we have the ancient astronomy course, which I would encourage everyone to partake of. So now you have Mars and, of course, its counterpart, Greek and Roman Ares, the gods of war. The same being with a different name, of course, Scorpio, which is linked with Pluto as well as with Mars, as you can see here, deal with desire and action and power. That's why Mars is considered this god of war and directly dealing with primal energy and, of course, the muscular system for obvious reasons. Jupiter is linked with Pisces and Sagittarius, and Jupiter has to do with vitality and joy and longevity and the spirit, and its organ is the liver. You know, as they say, who have the longest liver? You know, the longest liver. Who has the longest liver win. You live. Liver, live. Longest liver, longevity. Very good. Then you have Aquarius, which is directly linked with Saturn, but Aquarius is also linked with Uranus, and Saturn and Uranus and Neptune and Pluto. When you start to go into that zone, you start to enter some mystic spiritual realms. But Saturn is foundation. Saturn is structure. Saturn's plant is the cannabis. Saturn is discipline. That's why the bones stand out. And Aquarius and Capricorn deal with Saturn. Aquarius deals with Uranus, which, like Saturn, has the rings around it. Higher consciousness, innovation. Then Neptune is like higher consciousness too. You know, collective dreams, psychic energy. Pisces is directly connected with Neptune. If when you were born, Neptune was in Pisces. Wow. And then, of course, Pluto directly connected to Scorpio, again, gone into that depths, collective underworld and primordial energy Family, as I told you earlier, everything here is scientifically sound. All right. Now let us go into the natal chart reading specifically for Brother Quami first.
Blessed love, I am the Honorable Priest Isaac. I am an official priest within the realms of Rastafari of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress. I also hold a certification in the craft of Astronomy from Politecnico de Milano in Italy. Our universe and its maker has always been an intriguing subject for humankind. Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Ancient astronomy is similar, but pays special attention to the physical and spiritual values of stars, planets, moons, and other celestial objects. It also brings in the terrestrial component, being things on an earthly plane, such as plants, human organs, and connects them to the heavenly bodies. In this course, you will learn the makeup of various planets and stars, how to locate them in the night sky, along with their associated constellations. You will also be taught about the earliest civilizations known for their astronomical comprehension, namely Cush, also known as ancient Ethiopia, Kemet, called Egypt today, the Dogons, and the Bozos, as well as the civilization of Sumer. You will also learn about black holes, their nature and origin, as well as how the ancients viewed them. Ancient astronomy is the mother of archaeoastronomy and astrotheology. Both subject areas are covered by the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Sign up today. Visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, for more information.
Oh, yes, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, the ancient astronomy course. It is referred to as the luxury course. One participant, one scholar calls it the luxury course because many ones, of course, ones expect a well knowledgeable course, but many ones never expect it to be of such high quality then. You understand? I'm telling you, those of you who are on the course, you know what I'm talking about. It is not just the knowledge, but it's very entertaining, very gripping, very colorful, a lot of moving parts, beautiful videography. I mean, if you like the art, you would love the course. Let's just put it that way. And that is why I continually encourage you, family, to get your young children on the course, especially those that are preteens and teenagers. Don't be ashamed. You need to get knowledge into their head. If you don't want it, I mean, give it to them, and we have special offers right now on the luxury course. You can imagine we have special offers on the luxury course. Just visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com. The link is in the description below, and enroll yourself. And if you don't want to enroll the young ones, this is not the international home school, The international home school has its own baby astronomy. This is an astronomical course for mature people. But I'm just showing you that the young minds can adapt to it. You don't have to wait till you're old and gray. You understand? This course is for astronomers archaeoastronomers, astrotheologians. That's the level of the course that we have. And you know that we are very firm when we say this. But anyway, family, give thanks. So what we're going to do now. So Brother Quami, Brother Chez, and Brother and Jolan, we're going to be giving you a brief astronomical natal chart reading today. As I said, we have others that would have emailed us, and Angela and Free and a few others. Don't worry. In the next episode, we're going to come to you. I'm going to ask everyone who would like one of these free, on the spot reading to definitely email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, and give us the details of your birth. And the next program, just listen out. Yeah. And let me say this before we go any further. Make sure you like the video, family, and share this with a friend. If you have a friend that you think would like to know what their natal chart reading was, tell them to tune into this, and definitely let's see what we can do. All right, Stellarium. So Stellarium now, this is if you are a part of the ancient astronomy course, you would have already been prepped on how to use Stellarium. So they have, you could literally take out, the landscape, and then you could literally turn the day into night so you could see what you are doing. Also, remember, we can utilize the lines that would make the constellations come into view. Obviously, I think it's better. And we could also utilize the Greek renditions or the drawings for those who may really need that help. I don't really like to use them at all, but we will utilize them when necessary so everyone could comprehend what they're looking at. And also, I will be utilizing at a specific time the coordinates, which is the right ascension and declination. Okay, perfect. Now, let us look at our time. So this is now, right now, today is the 3rd day of July, but we are going to check for Brother Quami. Now, Brother Quami was born in the year 1990. So we want to know what was taking place in the year 1990 on the 11th day of August, Brother Kwame, the 11th day of August. So we have 1990. August is the 8th month. And of course, we have the 11th day. Very good. And also he gave us the exact time that he was born as well, so we could definitely work with that. And the exact time is what? The exact time is 11:15. So 11:15 is 23, 15. Now, of course, this is very good. This information is very key. Remember, depending on what part of the earth you may be as well, the visual would be a bit different. And this is why I say to individuals, this doesn't matter as it relates to the flat earth and the round earth, and because people bring up this discussion when you're talking about this deep science here. We're looking at the apparent movement of the heavens, whether the earth is a triangle. There is an apparent movement, a mathematical apparent movement. This is academics. So when we see the sun rise, whether it's flat, round, or cuboid, everyone agrees that the sun is not really rising. Everyone, no matter what they believe, they say, hey, the sun is an optical illusion, or this is how it appears. It only seems so. Well, we can all agree. We can all agree, so we can leave that discussion about the shape of the earth for some other forum. But we're looking at what we all can see with our eyes. Very good. I knew you would understand, so we can put that to rest. Now, what I'm saying, uh, what we're going to do, we have the date here. We highlight, this is the search engine. We press SUN sun, and it takes us to exactly where the sun was. Now, of course, as a ancient astronomer, as a rastronomer, this is rastronomy, by the way, I can attest that these apps are technically precise, really. They've been designed that way to be precise. So And of course, because it's digital technology, it would have a few glitches. But of course, because we can read the heavens, we could pick up the glitches. Now, the sun, brother Quami, was right between the constellation of Kepra and Leo. I'm going to put up the rendition so everyone can see exactly where Leo is. So you see the line here. So the sun was between Kepra, which is Cancer the crab, and Leo. Now, this is a teaching moment. Family, please pay attention here. We might spend just a few moments here, but this is a teaching moment. Now, if you notice, listen to me, family. They have 12 zodiac spaces. I know we will say there's 13 zodiac constellations, as I would have taught you, family. The serpent holder, Ophiuchus, and Scorpio literally are in the same domain. They're in the same space. They're in the same 30 degrees. Follow me good. So there are basically 12 spaces of 30 degrees that command the 360 degrees of the zodiac belt. So each constellation has its zone that it governs. That's very important. Now, a few of the constellations, just about two, Aries and Cancer, those two constellations, they do not take up the full 30-degree space that they own. But for the most part, the area that they do not take up is still space. But then now you have a few constellations like Leo that go over slightly their border. And then you have Pisces and Aquarius. Those are the other two that do that. But they go over a bit more than Leo. But outside of that, the other constellations are snugly fitted in a 30-degree window. You understand? Which is the domain of their power. Good. Now, when you hear that you are in the period of a sign, like let's say the sign of Leo, then that means that the day when Leo begins, which should be the 23rd day of July, that means the sun should not be in Leo, you know. No, 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 no. The sun should still be in the zone of the previous constellation, which is Cancer, but it should be on its way out. So when Leo's sign comes to an end around the 21st of August, then the sun should be in Leo. And then the next sign would be Virgo, which means the sun should be coming out now of Leo and going into Virgo, but this process will begin in August, late August, and by September, the sun should be resting in Virgo. Now, that is the pristine condition for the climax of the Pisces age. We are not in the climax of the Pisces age anymore. We are at the borderline of the Aquarius age. And this is why astrology today is a bit off from the ancient astronomical clock. Now, that will take a whole seminar to give you the precise detail of what I am saying. And this is why I encourage you to enroll, if you are serious about this knowledge, into the ancient astronomy course. But for now, let us do the quick reading. So, Brother Quami, so here you have the sun when you were born, eh? Right between, this is accurate, the Leo constellation and the Cancer Kepler constellation. Hear this, eh? I want you to listen to this, family. The sun is still inside of the zone between 10 hour and 8 hours, that's the zone of Cancer. The sun is still in the zone of Cancer, but technically, this is in the zodiac sign of Leo. You see what I just said? Listen good. Again, the sun is in between, literally in between the lion and the scarab. They call it the crab, but it's Kepra. They call it Cancer, but it's Kepra. So the sun is in between Cancer or Kepra and the lion. The sun is not actually in any of the two constellations. But the zone that belongs to Kepra, the sun is in Kepra zone. But if you're going to look at this from a zodiac level, like the horoscope, the sun is actually being now ruled by Leo because it has already left the 15-degree center spot of Kepler zone and on its way to the Leo zone. That's how zodiacal science works. Now, you could either replay it and listen to it a couple times until you get it, or I must say, the ancient astronomy course. So, brother, this is very important. Now, again, family, the sun, as we already showed you, I think everyone gets the idea now, the sun and Leo are one. The sun represents confidence. The Leo represents confidence, resilience, manifestation of anything, your desire, your thoughts, and of course, self-love. Now, why this is important? What did we say yesterday? The constellations represents your qualities, while the planets represents your potentials. Why? Because everyone is related to the planets, because we are looking for where the planets are. Now, every constellation may not show up on your natal chart. You may not have anything in Taurus. You may not have anything in Sagittarius. In fact, you may have 5 planets in one constellation because the constellation now represents your quality. Okay, follow me good. Imagine one planet represents, let's say, war, and another planet represents quietness. All right, good. But that means a person that's warlike also has within them the ability to be quiet. A person that's quiet has within them the ability to be warlike. There's nothing wrong with being warlike. In fact, there are many times when there's something wrong with being too quiet, being too passive. So all of these qualities are good qualities. You know, intuition is a good quality. Again, being resilient, that's a good quality. You know, and having communication skills, good quality. Power, action, foundation, discipline, all of these are good qualities. And you find these qualities where? In the different planets. So I'm telling you, we all can tap into each planet. So that means we all can tap into each quality. But most of us, we have an abundance of a specific quality that has a lot to do with the constellation, because all of us are not connected to Sagittarius. All of us are not connected to Capricorn. All of us are not connected to Virgo, but we're connected to all the planets, and the planets move around. So today the planets is here, then tomorrow the planets is somewhere else. They move. Some planets are in one spot for a very long time because of their distance and how fast they move. This is a serious science, family. So the fact that the sun is connected with Leo, the sun is whole. That's a master there. The sun is whole. So now the same determination, Brother Quami, the same resilience will manifest self-love around you. That is why a person like you must really concentrate on your heart space. Yeah, your heart chakra. And hear this now, the fact that you are connected now to Cancer. Cancer is what? Kepra, resurrection. Cancer is related to which object? The moon. So now Cancer is related to the gut. Cancer is also related to intuition. So my good brother Kwame, you must utilize your intuition. especially when you have to make decisions that may appear as if you are coming, man, like some charging, roaring lion, because the lion comes out roar, and the lion comes with confidence, and the lion comes to manifest, and the lion comes with resilience. But you have to utilize and rely upon your intuition. Your planets show that. The sun is right in between the lion and Kepra. That strong intuition, that strong self confidence. Plus, the sun is Leo. That's the same sign. And when they lock in, that's a powerhouse. Then now, when you observe Brother Quami, we're still on Kwami's chart here, very important. We're looking at the whole aspect of the where the moon is as well, because that is very important, the presence of the moon and the presence of the different planets that are associated with even the different constellations here. So we just highlight, of course, moon, and it takes us straight to Pisces. So again, this is very important. The moon is in Pisces. And we can also stay from here and see that Mars is in the constellation of Aries. That's another powerhouse for you, Brother Kwame, because Mars is Aries. Remember, one is the Greek god of war and one is the Roman god of war, but it's just the name. But remember, the god of war stuff, they got that from ancient Kemet when we explain to them the energy that Mars carry. And Mars is connected with plants that make you bleed, a fighter, a warrior, and yet still Mars is connected with Aries. So family, when the planet and the sign that are one are connected with each other, that's like double power there. Mars could have been in Pisces. Mars could have been in, Sagittarius as such, or somewhere else. But Mars, at his birth, was with its companion sign, which is Aries. The sun, at his birth, was with its companion sign, which was Leo. And interestingly, it was in between, on its way to Leo, but yet still in Kepra's energy, which still is a lot of intuition. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And sometimes people believe that when, these gypsies or whoever read your cards or your palms, they always try to give you something to make you feel good. They're supposed to give you something to make you feel good. Yeah, that's what it is. Reading the heavens is showing you the best of yourself. I'm not reading here to give you no sad story. And the moon was in Scorpio. That means you're going to die Tuesday night. No, 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 no. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't put that on me. We're showing you your potential. We're showing you the reality of who you are. You understand? Very good. So we already highlight where Mars is. Let us look at Mercury, brother. This is going to be very important. Mercury also is in Leo. Follow me. Mercury also is in Leo. So what we need to do is understand what Mercury stands for. Let me see if I can pull up this chart here again. Remember, those of you who will order your astronomical reading, you're going to get a free copy of the manuscript that we have, planets, and constellations, which shows you which planet is connected to which sign. If you don't order your natal chart document, you can literally buy the planets, plants, and constellations. It's only $12, I think, $12 or $10 on the website. Planets, plants, and constellations. If you don't find it, just ask. Email us and ask. What about the document, planet, plants, and constellations? You can get it only about $10. But when you order your natal chart document, that comes for free. And that basically shows you, which planets, again, are connected to which signs. And of course, it also brings in the plant aspect where you could see Saturn is connected to what, and Mars is connected to what. Venus represents the rose and the cherry and the orchids. As I said, Mars also represents the roses too because of the thorns. Mercury is lemongrass and lavender, and Jupiter is the Bodhi tree and the dandelion. All of that is in the document, plants and planets and constellations. So Mercury, again, is in Leo. So Mercury is communication. Mercury is the mind. Okay? So again, here we see the whole aspect of the psyche, which is what's necessary even when we were speaking of Kepra, that has to do with intuition. That's the mind. That's communication. So when you have, again, once again, remember the constellation represents the quality. So the constellation is the quality, but the potential, which is quality too, is inside of the planet. So when you literally utilize the qualities that we are highlighting in the constellations, the potential within the brother and the sister and whoever is under these signs will manifest. So communication is a skill, that's trapped in many of us. Even to be innovative is a skill that's trapped, literally trapped, dormant in many of us. Why? Because we are not brave enough, even though we are born under the Leo sign. Because we're not resilient enough, pardon me, even though we're born under the Leo sign. We give up too quickly. And if we didn't give up, you work too hard. Or you're too egotistical and all of that. When ego is a chief aspect of the Leo energy. Ego doesn't mean something bad. It means that you're self-confident, but you lack self-confidence, even though you're a Leo. So that is why you have not graduated to that spiritual realms of Mercury that is within you as a communicator, as a problem solver, as an innovator. Everything works together. And I am not speaking specifically of Brother Quami. I'm just using the example, when you see these sort of expressions taking place in the heavens. Okay, this is something unique also, Brother Kwame. I noticed that Jupiter and Venus were not only together, but they were on the borderline of Gemini and Kepra. So Kepra comes into the play again, my brother. You see? So this is where we understand. So Leo alone, so they're going to say Leo is your sign. That's good. Don't just rest on that. Obviously, you are highly connected to Leo. But don't forget Kepra. And anybody that's really connected to Leo got to be connected to Kepra. The sun was in Kepra when the emperor was born. So you must understand that now you have Venus and Jupiter on the borderline of, again, the great communicator Gemini, because Gemini is Mercury's constellation. Mercury may not be in Gemini here, but the person that is being born is connected to Gemini and still connected to Mercury. My brother, you're supposed to be a great communicator, one way or the other. Remember, communication is different. A person that may not be a great speaker doesn't mean they're not a great communicator. A person that's eloquent in the language may not know how to answer the phone when the right person is calling and do not know how to respond with a message. That's lack of communication. There's different levels of communication. So basically, as you could see, what I'm doing here, I'm somewhat teaching you how to read the heavens. You understand? Jupiter is symbolic of longevity. Venus is harmony and beauty, but Venus has a certain level of defense, not something to play with. You understand? Now, again, everybody has Venus. Everybody has Jupiter, but everyone doesn't have them in between Kepra and Gemini. So you utilize the energy of Kepra, Gemini with these planets, and the potential comes forward. You understand, my good brother? We got to move on now. As I said, as Brother Quami, we have Chez on the table now. He specifically is, well, not on the table really, but yeah, I had one elder, came for dinner the other evening, and I was speaking to a friend yesterday, and I told him, yes, I had such and such for dinner the other night. And he said, what? I said, no, no, yeah, I don't mean like that. He came over and we had a jolly good time. Anyway, beautiful. So where are we? So Chez now was born in 1997, and Chez was born in March, the third month. I'm just finding Chez's date here. And Chez was born on the 7th day of March. Now, Chez, let me tell you right away, before even going any further, you are hitting some serious spiritual numbers. Anybody that born on the 7th of March, the 7th, 13th of March. March is a powerhouse, eh? You won't be play. I wasn't born in March, but I'm telling you, March, I've studied March, man. Them dates don't play. 7th of March, 3rd of March, even 1st of March, 5th of March, 13th of March. Wow, wow, wow. Massive. These are days you study history, earthquakes, solar flares, licking out Quebec. Some serious things happen. Then 1997, born God, as the nations of gods and earth, we understand them science there. All right. Let's see exactly the time you were born, my good brother Ches. That was 11:47 a.m. Very good. And I know give thanks to mommy, give thanks to all the mamas, because none of you could have known when you're born without mama. Even if it's on your birth certificate, more than likely mama had to make sure it came out. Okay, very good. So let's take a look at you, Ches, and let's see what's taking place. So first of all, what we do, family, we search for the sun, because that's really the main thing, the sun. Now for Ches, we have the sun in Aquarius. Quite similar to what I just explained a moment ago. It is in between Aquarius and the constellation of Aquarius and Pisces. I just showed you that Pisces is one of those few constellations, as well as Aquarius, that goes over its boundaries into a next zone. Pisces actually goes into the Aquarius zone, but the sun is in the Aquarius zone. But if we were going to look at this like on a horoscope level, this would be into the sign of Pisces, because it has already passed the halfway. Once the sun has passed the halfway um, point of the 30 degree of any constellation, it would have begun the season of the upcoming constellation. That's how it works. That's why your zodiac sign lasts for so long, for a whole month, because the sun doesn't stay at one spot for a month. So obviously it moves from one constellation to the other constellation in a month's time. It's deep stuff. So again, it's in between. Just like Kwami's son was in between Kepler and Leo. And just like Kwame's son was just coming off of the center spot of Kepler's zone and going into Leo, it's the same thing with you, Ches. So again, it is for you to understand the value of the sun. But here, before we go to all of that, Ches, you have the moon in Aquarius. You have Venus in Aquarius. You also have Mercury in Aquarius. You have Jupiter in Capricorn and Uranus in Capricorn, and you have Saturn right there snudged in Pisces. Now you have three constellations here, very active, but they're all in eye shot. They're all in the same vicinity. That kind of action is very powerful, family. You can't overlook these things when it comes to your natal chart and yourself, um, yourself, Ches. Again, your time was a mystic time. Oh no, this is serious, Ches. Ches, this is serious, Ches. You were born at a time when Halley's Comet was very visible. This is 1997. Of course, of course, of course. Let me see something here. Hey, family, listen, this is being fulfilled right in front of you. Just give me a second. Let me see. The 21st day. Now, you know, the 21st day of March is the spring equinox, eh? As you know, let me just find it. Some say the 20th, some say the 21st. And that's very important, you know, because where the sun is some even go as far as the 19th, you know, but no, it can't be. Is we can play with the 20, 21st, and 22nd. And this is why you could see clearly here. Now, this is deep, eh? Let me just take a little deep breath here. So this is like 14 days after your birth, Chez. This is on the spring equinox, where you can see that the sun is still, if you want to say, on inside of the zone of Pisces. But as I've always said, family, we are we are feeding off of the Aquarius age. We are like Chez's sun. We in between Pisces and Aquarius. That is why the sun is basically on the borderline of Aquarius, you know. If we were in the climax of the Aquarius age, the sun would be in the center of the Pisces energy, but it's on the borderline of Pisces and Aquarius because we are basically on the borderline of Pisces and the Aquarius age. As Brother Cypher Selassie would have told us, who I consider a master when it comes to the cosmos and this thing here. I'm telling you, we would have already passed over the crux. That is obvious if you understand the astronomy here. So Brother Chez, again, look at this. This is not your Earth day. This is 14 days after. But look at this. 14 days after your Earth day, your sun, your 14-day sun, on the 21st, really, which is the equinox, is aligned on the same right ascension with Halley's Comet. Look at Halley's Comet here at 97. That year is a terrible year, too. Yeah, that's the same year I started my ministry. Same year I take up the portfolio of the mystic vibration on the radio station. That's a power year, 9-7. You better believe it. Born God, it's called. And your alignment, the fact that Halley's Comet was so close to your sun, plus your equinox sun, is perfectly aligned. That's a real equinox with Halley's Comet. That's beautiful, Chez. Beautiful, beautiful. You know, you have a beautiful astronomical outlook. And look how the sun is following the Halley's Comet is following your sun at birth. Beautiful. All right. So again, you know, as I said, you can obviously see the positions. I would have explained the value of these planets. Anyone can even go back to the earlier part of the video and even do their own research and try your best to do your own addition, or you could definitely give me the work to do. And believe me, I'm well trained to do it, and I can create for you a proper a document as it comes and relates to your natal chart. Okay, let us so you see those major planets, brother Chez. I want to go straight to Jolan. And let me say, family, if you want one of these, obviously it's a quick brief reading. Can't sit on it all day long. One of these days we will come and spend the whole day, you know, maybe a whole 24 hours, and you can line up and we just go one by one. But of course, the time is of the essence. All right, we're going to 1987 now. Thanks, Chez. Blessed love to you. We're going to 1987. If you have any other questions, don't be afraid to email me, you know. But anyway, we're going to 1987 now. Power Day here, 16th of August. You don't know what's going on during those days. That's just on the crux of the Earth Day of Marcus Garvey. I don't think Jolan doesn't seem to have a time frame, like exactly when they were born. And you see, that's the mystic. Now, if you were born in the night, you really got into Marcus Garvey Earth Day, you know? Yeah, that's really what it is, but that's the energy thereof. Okay, so fair enough. Now remember, brothers and sisters, those of you who will be ordering your official documents, your official astronomical reading, natal chart reading document itself, if you don't have the literal time, it can still be done, but it makes the work a bit more tedious because you're not going to get precise. You'll get precise readings for when the day began and when the day ended, but you're not going to get the precise reading for when you were born, not unless you were born midnight, um, one of the days, if you get what I'm saying. And that's a bit more work too. So that's why when you do not have the exact time, the natal chart is a bit more expensive for obvious reasons, because it's a lot more work. A lot of work goes into this. It's a hard work, eh? Not a hard work, a hard work. Okay, let's make sure we have the 16th of August. Now, good. Now, obviously, just like Brother Quami, the sun is directly connected to Leo. You know how it is, Haile Selassie, Marcus Garvey, lion energy, really. And let's see here. And what do we have here? Yes, this is the sun. We have, so Jolan, you have, let me see, sun, and trying to figure this out. You have a lot of activities taking place here. You have a lot of activities taking place here. You have a triple crown of activities taking place here. Let me just observe something here. Oh man, this is more than meets the eye. You have 4 battle axes, really. You know, because I love my planets, I love my stars, I love them as if, you know, I mean, I'm acquainted with them, which I am. So you have Mercury, Mars, Venus, and the sun all huddled together with Regulus. You can't leave out Regulus under the chin of the lion. These are people. Now, listen, everyone has potential, but it's not just the potential, you know. It's how you utilize the potential. I want to be clear. Now, you see all you lion people here, not lion people, lion people here. Now, you have Venus, Mercury, and Mars, and the sun, all of these um, in Leo, Jolan. So that means we have all these qualities. All of us have the qualities of these planets. All of us. Whatever the planet comes with, and what we're saying, that's not it, you know, alone. We have different levels of talents. You know, that's why some people play good basketball. That's why some people are good chefs. That's why some people can, you know, draw well. That's why some people can sculpt well. That's why some people are good runners, swimmers, can play chess, checkers well, can speak well. It has a lot to do with what's hidden inside of them. But I'm saying, family, all of these planets represents so many different characteristics and abilities that we all have. I'm going to say this again, but the constellations now, that's the secret. The constellations have, the constellation is like the throne. The constellation is like the teacher, the professor, the PowerPoint, the dynamo, you know, to awaken the energy in the planets. That's why all the planets gather in one constellation. It's not always so with everyone, but look at this case here. Look at all of these planets flocked up in Leo. So this means now Leo's sign is not harmony. I'm not saying Leo doesn't have a bit of harmony, but Leo's sign is not really harmony. It's self-love, which has harmony to it, but Venus is harmony. You know, another sign might be structure and foundation, you know, but Leo's sign represents resilience. That has been the theme today. Leo is self-confidence. Leo is determination and manifestation. So you see all you Leo cats with all them planets in Leo. If you are not a brave person, if you're timid, you're missing out on plenty things. If you make people take advantage of you, you're missing out on plenty things. Now, of course, anybody that make anyone take advantage of them, missing out on plenty things. Anyone that's timid, you're missing out. Nothing wrong with being quiet. And in fact, there's nothing wrong with giving people enough rope so that they can hang themselves. But there's a thin line between being a coward and being brave. And your sign demands that you take action. Yeah, that's what your sign demands, because you have all them planets within you that will unload or release your intuition, release your creative skills, release your communication skills, release your abilities to even increase sales in your business. But because you don't want to offend Mr. Jones, because, oh, I tried that already, or because, oh, what the rest of them going to think? You miss those opportunities to even literally bust out of your own self. Hey, listen, this is some beautiful stuff here. And that is why I'm encouraging you, even if you don't have the planets, plans, and constellations, you can just go over the video and pause it and study what planet is connected to what constellation and the manifestation thereof that they bring. All right. Jolan, watch this now. Jolan, watch this. This is something else. Yes, Rastafari. Hold on. Now, this is key. At the birth of Jolan, you had a heavy concentration of meteor showers in the constellation of Aquarius. So Aquarius now, and I'm just going to do a little movements here because even my good family, I don't think you even knew exactly what time you were born. So we're just going to shift the time itself a bit, but the date and everything is basically the same because I want to highlight these showers so at least you can see it with your own eyes and comprehend the powers thereof. Bam, there they are. These three specific meteor showers taking place, highlighted. Now, the meteor showers, they're always there as such, These things are always there. Halley Comet is always there. No matter what date is, we can find Halley's Comet in the heavens. But if for example, the date I have here now, I'm sure if I was to type in Halley's Comet, they would carry me to where it is, but you wouldn't be able to see it. But when Chez was born, Halley's Comet was bright. That's what I'm saying. These asteroids, meteor showers, pardon me, they're technically always around, but there are times when they peak. This is a serious peak, my brother. So although you may not have, and this is Jolan. Now, let me show you this now. Jolan doesn't have, from my look here, he doesn't have a planet. Nothing going on, moon, nothing is in Aquarius. An astrologer would totally disconnect you from Aquarius. But when you were born, Aquarius had three major meteor showers taking place. The northern Aquarids, the southern Aquarids, and the aphelion. Three major meteor showers. All of these things we highlight when we properly create a natal chart for our clients. Family is worth it. Everyone we have created a chart for has definitely responded with glee and happiness. And of course, other family members would have seen it and say, hey, I want one for myself. It is something that you could definitely keep, well, again, forever. As long as you can preserve it, as long as you could take care of it and handle it with care, your own natal chart. But again, we will continually do these programs, family. Those of you who may just want to know where the sun was exactly when you were born, you understand. Those of you who want to know where the moon and the other planets were where you were born. Those of you who may just want a quick briefing, just like what you got here a moment ago, all you have to do is email me, Priest Isaac institute@gmail.com. You have to give me the name you want to be recognized as. Doesn't have to be your name. You will know who it is. And of course, your birth date, the month, and the time, if possible, and of course, the year. And we will come and give you, as you could see, a 5-minute quick reading, give you a little pep. And you could also order your own natal chart document, which is obviously much better, which is much more in depth. So I'm looking forward to doing another program here on astronomy. And of course, your ancient astronomer here with you. As long as you want more like this, I will deliver it for you. Once you send in your requests and your dates and everything, I will come and I will make sure you understand where you were, where the heavens was when you were born. And for those who order their ancient astronomical chart, remember you also get free planets, plants, and constellations. Family, we're going to have a beautiful program this evening on the Tiger's Nest. Make sure you're there with us 7 p.m. sharp on Radio Anu. Looking forward to that one. Blessed love.
Do you want an accurate natal chart reading to know the true position of the sun, the moon, and each planet at the moment that you were being born? We at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge will create a precise natal chart for you and your loved ones, coupled with snapshot pictures of each planet, the sun, the moon, plus the constellations related to them. In addition to this, we will be giving you a detailed report of the alignment of planets to the constellations and its full meaning, not from an astrological perspective, but from an ancient astronomical perspective. You will have this report for the rest of your life and can share it with your friends and your family. To order your accurate natal chart today, visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com. Blessed.